Behind the opulent palaces and polished public image of the Dubai royal family lies a shadowed world of secrecy, control, and human rights abuses. While the global media often celebrates the glittering skyline and visionary leadership of the United Arab Emirates, few dare to question the disturbing realities hidden behind its royal gates. From the haunting stories of imprisoned princesses to allegations of surveillance, silencing dissent, and the unchecked power of one of the world's most secretive dynasties, the truth about Dubai's ruling elite reveals a chilling portrait of authoritarian rule masked by wealth and modernity. What lies beneath the dark underbelly of the Al Maktoum monarchy? A dynasty that thrives on image, yet conceals a legacy of fear. For nearly 2 centuries, the Al Maktoum family has ruled Dubai with absolute authority. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the current ruler since 2006, has overseen Dubai's meteoric rise as a business hub and tourist destination. His vision has certainly transformed the emirate, but away from the carefully managed public image, disturbing allegations have emerged about how power is wielded within this royal dynasty. Perhaps nothing has damaged the reputation of Dubai's royal family more than the treatment of female members who have sought freedom from its control. The world watched in shock as the story of Princess Latifa unfolded, Sheikh Mohammed's daughter, who has attempted to escape Dubai twice. Her second attempt in 2018 captured international attention when she released a video explaining her desperate decision. "I'm not allowed to drive. I'm not allowed to travel or leave Dubai at all," she stated in her pre-recorded message. "I haven't left the country since 2000. I've been asking to go traveling, to study, to do anything normal. They don't let me." Her escape aboard a yacht ended dramatically when armed commandos stormed the vessel near India's coast. After her capture, she disappeared from public view for months, prompting the United Nations to demand proof of life. Though she has since appeared in carefully staged social media posts, serious questions remain about her freedom and welfare. Even more concerning is the case of Princess Shamsa, another daughter of Sheikh Mohammed, who fled the family's estate in England back in 2000. According to court records, she was captured in Cambridge and forcibly returned to Dubai. For nearly 2 decades, her whereabouts remained unknown to the outside world. In 2020, a UK High Court judgment finally acknowledged what many had suspected. Sheikh Mohammed had ordered and orchestrated the forcible return of his daughter Shamsa to Dubai in August 2000 and of his daughter Latifa in June 2002 and in February 2018. The pattern continued in 2019 when Princess Haya bint Hussein, one of Sheikh Mohammed's wives and daughter of the late King Hussein of Jordan, fled to London with her 2 young children. Her subsequent legal battle for protection revealed a disturbing campaign of intimidation. The Sheikh arranged for guns to be placed in Princess Haya's room, according to the UK High Court's findings. The guns were found on her bed with the safety catch off, a clear message of threat and control. This, along with other actions like threatening to seize their children and publishing threatening poems online, indicated a pattern of harassment and fear-mongering, according to the court's judgment. The Sheikh also threatened her by claiming he would have her transported to a remote desert prison. Judge Andrew McFarlane concluded that the Sheikh has acted in a manner from the end of 2018, which has been aimed at intimidating and frightening the mother, and that he has encouraged others to do so on his behalf. The troubling treatment of women extends beyond the royal household to the broader society under Al Maktoum rule. Dubai's rapid development has been built on the backs of millions of migrant workers, primarily from South Asian countries. These workers frequently experience harsh conditions that human rights organizations have documented extensively. Many arrive in Dubai full of hope, only to have their passports confiscated upon arrival. They often live in crowded labor camps on the city's outskirts, working long hours in extreme heat on construction sites. Reports of unpaid wages are common, and the legal system offers little protection. The kafala sponsorship system ties workers to their employers, creating conditions where exploitation flourishes with minimal oversight or accountability. The 2020 Human Rights Watch report highlighted how migrant workers faced arbitrary detention, forced labor, and deportation. Despite international criticism, reforms have been slow and limited in scope. The gleaming skyscrapers that define Dubai's skyline cast long shadows over the slave labor camps, where those who built them reside. Freedom of expression is similarly restricted in Dubai. The legal system imposes harsh penalties for criticizing the government, royal family, or Islam. The UAE's cybercrime laws are particularly severe, with online criticism potentially resulting in lengthy prison sentences. Human rights defenders and journalists who speak out face serious consequences. The case of Ahmed Mansour, sentenced to 10 years in prison for his advocacy work, stands as a warning to others who might question the regime. Similarly, British academic Matthew Hedges was detained for months on espionage charges after conducting research in the UAE, highlighting the risks faced by those who scrutinize the system too closely. On the international stage, Dubai's rulers have positioned themselves as modernizers and valuable allies to Western powers, but their actions often contradict this carefully cultivated image. As part of the UAE leadership, they've been deeply involved in the Saudi-led coalition's devastating intervention in Yemen. This conflict has created what the United Nations describes as the world's worst humanitarian crisis, with millions facing starvation and disease. The UAE's military involvement has included supporting various Yemeni factions and establishing control over strategic areas and ports. Human rights organizations have extensively documented abuses committed by UAE-backed forces, including arbitrary detention, torture, and forced disappearances. Despite this, arms deals with Western nations continue, raising serious questions about international complicity. Dubai has also constructed its economy as a financial hub with limited regulation and oversight. While this has attracted legitimate business, it has also made the emirate attractive to those seeking to avoid scrutiny. Investigative journalists and financial crime experts have identified Dubai as a destination for illicit financial flows, including money laundering operations, sanctions evasion networks, and proceeds from international corruption. The Panama Papers and other leaked financial documents have repeatedly highlighted Dubai's role in questionable financial arrangements. Though the UAE has enacted reforms to its anti-money laundering framework in recent years under international pressure, concerns persist about implementation and enforcement. The gleaming towers of Dubai's financial district may serve as more than just office space. They potentially provide cover for transactions that would face greater scrutiny elsewhere. Other aspects of the personal life of Sheikh Mohammed himself has also attracted scrutiny. With at least 6 wives and more than 30 children, his household operates according to rules, far removed from modern conceptions of women's rights. While polygamy is legal in the UAE, the nature of these relationships has come under increasing questioning, especially after Princess Haya's flight and the subsequent court revelations. Women in the royal household reportedly live in highly controlled environments, with restricted freedom of movement and communication. Former staff members have described an atmosphere of constant surveillance and fear. German author Sune Hempel, who interviewed former employees for her book on the subject, described a system where wives and children live in separate compounds, with movements closely monitored and strict rules governing appearances and behavior. Rather than the Orientalist stereotype of a harem, the reality appears to be a thoroughly modern system of control exercised through technology, staff loyalty, and financial dependence. The women are provided with luxury and wealth, but apparently at the cost of personal autonomy. The Maktoum family has invested heavily in managing their international image through strategic initiatives. Horse racing has been a particular focus, with the Godolphin stable established by Sheikh Mohammed becoming one of the world's most successful racing operations. Their involvement in prestigious events like Royal Ascot places them in social proximity to other elites, including the British royal family, helping to normalize their presence on the global stage. Media control is another key strategy. The UAE's domestic media environment is tightly controlled, with self-censorship common among journalists. Internationally, the government has been accused of using sophisticated spyware against critics, including the alleged use of NSO Group's Pegasus software to monitor Princess Haya's legal team during UK court proceedings. These digital surveillance tools represent a modern approach to silencing dissent that extends far beyond Dubai's borders. The family maintains a substantial charitable presence through organizations like the Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Global Initiatives, which funds humanitarian projects worldwide. Are these efforts to address genuine humanitarian needs, or do they serve the purpose of deflecting criticism of the regime's troubling characteristics? Dubai's transformation under the Al Maktoum family presents a profound paradox of our modern world. The rulers have built a city that attracts millions of visitors and residents with its ultra-modern architecture and luxury lifestyle. Yet beneath this glittering facade lie troubling contradictions that cannot be ignored. The treatment of royal women seeking independence, the exploitation of migrant workers who built the city, restrictions on free expression, and questionable international alliances all raise serious concerns about the nature of the regime. The contrast between Dubai's ultra-modern appearance and these darker realities speaks to the complexity of modernization without corresponding political liberalization. As Dubai continues to position itself as a global hub, increased international scrutiny may force greater transparency and accountability. However, meaningful change would require addressing the fundamental power dynamics that allow these abuses to persist. The question remains whether Dubai's rulers can reconcile their ambitions for global prominence with respect for human rights and personal freedoms, both within their family and in the broader society they govern. Until such reforms occur, the dark side of Dubai's royal family will continue to cast shadows over the desert emirate's gleaming towers.